can't knock it down, and they really needed that one. Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Lee outside. The drive by Rubio. Kicks to Uretko. Shot clock at 5. Martin dishes to Lee. Takes the 3. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Missed! So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody...
It's been a ride.
It's got to be a great feeling setting the team record for points tonight. How does it feel to achieve such an accomplishment?
It's something to be proud of for sure. To be up there at the top of the list of some pretty impressive players that have been here before me is a great honor. I never really thought of myself as being in that class. Now I just hope I can stay hot and turn that into some wins for this team.
And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, check it out. Ricky Rubio, what can we expect here?
He's really kind of a showman, Kevin. I mean, he loves the pass. He loves, you know, the flair. He gets out in transition, finds guys with no-look passes, and puts them on the money. He is fun to watch.
And you've got to respect his willingness to give up his body, to step in, absorb the contact, and put his body on the line to draw charges. That's definitely one of his specialties.
And for the Memphis Grizzlies, guys, they come in off that loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it was befuddling to me why they stuck with that, Steve. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and then they didn't make the changes they should have to get out of it. Didn't make any good adjustments there.
Now here is Conley. Roten the pass to Randolph. Lee with the steal. Makes the lead pass. Right side, Lee. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Steve and Clark, what do you make of his comments to the media after their last game?
Well, when you listen to what he says in these press conferences, and he just comes off as really a humble player, never really makes it about himself if he can help it, and always willing to defer to others for accolades.
You know, some players kind of have a fake humility about them, but he's not one of them. I mean, he genuinely believes this stuff. He loves the organization. He loves his teammates. And I think he really enjoys the environment here, and he's really helped establish it, too.
Now, here's Rubio. After the miss from Randolph. Backing down his lead. Just 5 to shoot. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Lee's got 5 now.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Tyrone Corbett. He said that they weren't going to try and be overly aggressive with their defense and not take too many risks that can burn them. He said in a first meeting like this, you don't want to beat yourself by over-planning. We know we have a smart defense, and we'll see if they can unlock it first before we start adjusting. We'll find out if they need to do that soon enough.
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Yeah, and early is the key word there, Kevin. If they can string together some stops right away, I think it'll really set the tone.
Which is just what they're going to be after, guys. They'd love to turn this into a defensive battle.
Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against Houston.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys, and it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Now here's Lee. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And so Gasol nails them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now, here's Rubio, averaging 9 points per contest. Lee outside. Can't get it to go, and it's Memphis the other way. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and this is the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
Gets it to go. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lee sets a screen for Rubio. An easy 2 points on the layup. Rubio's got his first basket. Yeah, a lot of familiarity with these two teams. Steve just kind of touched on. Clark, do you think it really does impact the rest of their matchups later in the season?
Absolutely, Kevin. It sure does. I mean, because for the winners today, they now know what game plan brought them success. So they've got a blueprint for the next meeting. For the losers, it's back to the drawing board for adjustments.
Here's Rubio, following the basket by Tony Roten, backing down his lead. Poked away, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Well, there's no lack of range in this. The leading three-point shooters among the ranks of the NBA's big men the last month. You take a look at Jerebko, third in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
So much value in having a big man who can step away from the hoop to draw bigger defenders out there. It really opens up the floor for the team.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for everybody when you've got a guy who's capable of spacing the floor because of his accuracy from three-point land.
And here is Conley following Kevin Martin's three. Roten covered by Lee. Roten with it, working on Lee, and that one's good. Roten's got 8.
A perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Boy, he looks fresh and confident out there right now.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Roten. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Here's Lee. Grizzlies making the shot. 6 to shoot. Martin kicks to Lee. Lee left side. And again it's Minnesota. Now Roten. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Outside Randolph. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Tony Roten. Great work over the last month. 16th in scoring, And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, he's done a nice job of creating good looks for himself.
And, Steve, one more thing about his top 20 points per game average. I mean, he's a matchup nightmare for teams. A headache waiting to happen.
Now, here's Rubio. Urebko dishes to Lee. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
Pekovic passes to Rubio. The feed to Urebko. Deflected by Randolph. And he gets it back. The shot's good from Urebko. And so it's Memphis with it. Trailing by 2. Here's Conley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And he was disruptive defensively, too, Kevin, really aggressively trying to make plays. In fact, he had 4 steals during that game.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, he's become one of the most dependable free throw shooters around, about 82% on the year.
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Now, here's Rubio. Lee up top, defended by Roten. He kicks it to Urebko. Rubio fires the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Roten, no good.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Martin kicks to Lee. From deep. No good. Some solid defense from Roten. Memphis trailing here. Conley dishes to Prince. Back to Conley. He passes it to Roten. Kicks it to Randolph. Clock at 6. Nice D from Pekovic. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Rubio outside. Deflects the pass. He dishes it to Lee. They set the pick. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Memphis. They're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up. And checking out Minnesota. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
You know, for the Grizzlies, they've climbed the ranks this season. They've definitely changed for the better, and now they find themselves really within shouting distance of the top.
And that's a huge accomplishment because they were not that close last year. So they've made major improvement, and we'll see if they can continue to go on this upward path and carry this momentum forward.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Allen kicks to Davis. Defended by Dang. Post-up shot. In deep. Davis drops it in. Minnesota in the lead. Feeds to Budinger. Timberwolves passing it around. Lee left side. The shot misses. Great D that time from Davis. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Allen outside. Back to Jack. He feeds it to Pondexter. Millsap kicks to Pondexter. Pass to Davis. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
And Budinger gets it to go.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Now here's Millsap. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. So he was very aggressive with his game, attacking the D and capitalizing on those free throws.
And Davis can't get it to go. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lee off a pick from Chapman. Backing down is Lee. There's the pass to Chapman. Shved. Here's Puttinger. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now here is Jack. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Millsap. Back to Jack. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Minnesota making a switch here. Minnesota shooting 47% from the field to start. Now here's Roten, covered by Lee. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kev. Insanity in their last time out against the Rockets had a huge game. He ended up with 53 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that Clark was something special.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and nothing slowed him down.
But let's just say he was really good.
We've got Tayshaun Prince. Randolph is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Conley, and it's Roten in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Lee, a screen on Prince. Lee sets a screen for Puttinger. Passes to Urepko. Deflected. One-on-one fast break. That's blocked. And here is Lee. 9 points in the game so far. Jang the pass to Rubio. Lee goes in. Gets it to go. Lee's got 11. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
That's right, Clark. And the other thing we've seen is great work on the offensive glass. We're seeing second chance points for this club. Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Lee, a screen on Conley. Lee dishes to Puttinger. Rubio outside. Pass to Lee. Jacks up a 3. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's the risk you run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jang. Conley off the pick from Millsap. Conley with it, now guarded by Shved. Randolph kicks to Pondexter. Millsap dishes to Pondexter. The feed now to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Conley's got 11.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Shved the pass to Lee. Pekovic with the screen for Lee. And that one's good. He's got 13.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Millsap a screen, and it's Conley penetrating. Millsap misses.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided. Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
Conley kicks to Millsap. The jump hook gets the bucket.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Now here's Shved. Timberwolves passing it around. Budinger misses the three. The Grizzlies trail by 11. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Conley. Back to Millsap. Minnesota with the rebound. Yarebko's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Heat game. It should be a close one.
And the first half is now in the books. Timberwolves lead by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Good to have you here. This is 2K Sports, and the NBA season is starting to take shape. The Minnesota Timberwolves have the lead against Memphis. If the playoffs started right now, they'd be on the outside looking in, but it could all change. A win here would move them into the 8th seed. Wiping the glass defensively. Look, no streaks. They're preventing any second-chance opportunities. And on the other hand, the Grizzlies are still alive. They're getting crushed on the glass. They better stiffen that upper lip, find a way to get it done. Michael Conley's been outstanding. At the break, 11 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. And back to the FedEx Forum we go, as the third quarter is just about to start.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
We've seen Kevin Martin getting it done. He's got 16 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in.
On the court for Minnesota, Lee in at shooting guard. Jonas Yarebko out there with Pekovic. Then there's Martin, and it's Rubio in at the 1. Timberwolves leading by 11. Martin dishes to Lee. Defended by Roten. Stolen by Randolph. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Randolph's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Memphis. Lee is screen on Conley. Rubio the pass to Lee. Stolen by Randolph. Prince kicks to Roten. The dish to Conley. Conley off the pick from Gasol. Conley the pass to Randolph. Feeds it to Prince. He kicks it to Gasol. Working on Yarebko. 4 on the shot clock. No good from Gasol.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
For Minnesota, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Lee. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Now here is Conley. He's got 11. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Rubio dishes to Martin. Back to Rubio. Kicks to Lee. Right side, Lee. And that one's on target from the wing. Lee's got 19 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.